Near mortal, eh? Hey everybody, I'm going to do a little tutorial this weekend on how to be the perfect hockey dad. So if we look way across the water over there, that's Powell River, and my little guy has a hockey tournament, last one of the season. It's April, way too far into the season. As you can see, bluebird, beautiful trail conditions, and there's great trails in Powell River. So we're loading up the bikes, we're loading up the hockey gear, we're loading up the whole family, and we're heading over there. And I'm still gonna see some games. I'm gonna be a good dad, but I'm gonna make some of this about me, and I'm gonna go ride some sweet trails. So this is my take on how to be a hockey dad and a mountain biker. Here we go. Loading up the truck, and to me, as hockey dad mountain biker, this is the perfect scenario. Inside we have one hockey bag. We will have a whole family, and back here, the important part, 4 awesome mountain bikes. Heading for Mount Mahony to experience some amazing spring single track in between some freezing cold hockey games in the rink. All right, we did a little ferry trip. We got to our home base in Powell River, and if you've been watching my videos, you know how much I love living on the island and riding there. You know how much I love getting over to Whistler and Squamish and Pemby and doing all that stuff, the odd road trip. It's amazing. But popping over to Powell River, this is one of my favorite places to be. So this is literally where Mrs. Mortal grew up. She was born into this house, spent her whole youth here and didn't leave till she went to university. And now that grandma's downsized, her brother bought it. So pretty awesome that we keep it in the family and we still get to use it. And I got to admit, I've been coming here for 20 years. The last couple, since Uncle Darren bought it, way better. Now there's motocross bikes, there's adventure bikes, there's quads, there's toys everywhere. It's like an adult Disneyland. It's pretty awesome. So I've been chatting with them, and Regan and Riley, Mortal Juniors, have been pushing Uncle Darren to let us build a little free ride course. So I don't know if it'll ever happen, but with a sawmill and a digger, you can do a lot of things. So here's the plan. We jump off that woodshed. We got a few jumps through here once we flatten it out onto the shop roof. Be a bit challenging, but we can pull it off. Off the shop roof, down onto the deck with a little transition. Big wood berm all shingled in the corner. Little roller up the steps. Cruise along the deck. We'll just rip these railings out, he won't notice. And off the deck. And hip down to that, down that slope, cross a little road, and build a bunch of dirt jumps over towards the pond. I don't know. I'm going to keep bugging him. He says I can do it. Maybe next year we'll have a little video on that. We'll see. For now, we're here for the weekend. We're going to do a little bit of hockey, and we're going to do a lot of riding. Seems like almost every community I go to now, most of them anyways, build just phenomenal climb trails, and Powell River clearly is no exception. This is quite a pleasant climb. All right, we're riding WTF, What the Flow, in Powell River, BC, in between hockey games. And little Regan here decided he'd lead it out. I didn't think he was going to make it all the way up the climb, but he toughed it out, and hopefully we don't get in trouble from his coach for burning out his legs. right beside us is one called Quickie and Loam Digger that's supposed to be techy and jumpy and a little bit tougher, so maybe I'll try to come back up and get another lap in. We'll see. Few ups on this one. Gear down, bud. Just spin it out. Save your legs. Whoa. You should probably have gone around that. I've never ridden this trail before. Super fun and obviously pretty easy to navigate, being a blue flow. But I gotta say, I probably wouldn't be going much faster than this. So kind of stoked. I'm finally getting to the stage where me and this little man can ride at similar paces. But I bet this time next year I won't be able to say that. He'll be waiting at the bottom for me. So that was what the flow, and now we're gonna hit Pogue Mahone. Okay, bud, there might be some surprises, so more up. What's going on? Careful, bud, it might be slick. All right, here we go, higher ground. Nice. There she is. Woo! You missed it. Little case. Ride, don't slide. Nice. There's the rock roll. Missed that one. That was cool.
Thank you guys so much for...
Yeah, thanks for the tour.
Oh,
that was great.
Thank you for getting me out for my first ride of the season.
All right, so my daughter's hockey buddy, Sunny, and her mom Jenny just gave us a great little mini tour. And we ended it with that last one called Seek. Now me and my daughter are gonna ride up and do Destroy while Regan rests his legs for hockey. Seek and Destroy. Seek is out of the way, this is Destroy. Let's hope it doesn't. Yeah, bigger jumps for sure. Wasn't ready for that one. Oh. Ah, gotta know this one. I think I gotta come back tomorrow for sure. You know what's coming, it's a little easier. Woo! Perfect grade, hard packed berms. Whoops. That pays to know a trail a little bit. Whew. That's that. Off to the hockey rink. All right, it's day 2. We're still in Powell River at the hockey tournament. I had a great plan. I got everything organized last night. We were gonna drive into town early, drop me off. I was gonna do a quick hour ride and then blast back down to the hockey rink to meet my family. And I realized I didn't have any shoes. We went back, got my shoes, and now we're kind of late. So we dropped the kids off at the rink, and the lovely Mrs. Mortal, who is always happy to help out, is gonna drive me up here, but we're gonna shuttle. Well, I'm gonna shuttle. So in times of desperation, you do desperate things. So we're shuttling to the top, and I'm gonna get in a quick lap down and then head back to the rink and watch some hockey. All right, I'm on the trail, but due to my shoe fiasco, I blew off about 45 minutes. So pretty tight on time. I am gonna end up just doing the same loop I did yesterday, but without the family in tow. Hopefully a lot faster, and due to the speed, maybe a little more fun. So here we go, same loop, give you the highlights, and then I gotta pin it back to the rink to watch more hockey. Here we go. What the flow. being this short on time is like enduro practice. Try to squeeze in as much fun as shorter time as possible. Woo, tight one. All right, short but sweet. I'm kind of gassed just from that little burn. But now I got about a 5 or 6K ride back to the rink. Watch a bunch of little people skate and hopefully win. They lost yesterday, so hopefully today goes better. So that was a pretty amazing weekend. 3 days in Powell River, lots of hockey. I didn't miss one game. I got 2 rides in despite my unorganized style and missing shoes. And Mrs. Mortal and the kids both got 2 rides in. So in the end, it was a hockey tournament and I got to ride, and it's really easy to do. So next time you're taking your kids to a tournament, load your bikes up, squeeze in some time for yourself, and I guarantee it'll improve your weekend. That's it for this one. I'm gonna go clean up my bikes, get ready for some more riding, and I'll catch you in the next episode. Thanks a lot.